Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. This is going to be part 7 of my Beyonce experience, as well as the connection to Echoville. Now, I've been hinting at this for a while now. I've been saying that Beyonce herself has so much to do with the upcoming third act. I also feel as if Beyonce has been misleading us in some weird way, due to the fact that there's more research that I did after rewatching Cowboy Carter Beyonce Bowl that she released last year. I could finally confirm that the Beyonce Bowl was just an Easter egg that basically opened the floodgates of what she actually plans on doing, especially for the upcoming other acts. Now, as you guys see, the different dates of her releasing the different tour legs has a major connection with prior seasons of the Beyonce experience. Like, for one, when she kicked off the announcement for the tour, which was January the 14th of this year, a lot of people were speculating of what exactly she had planned. And then, come to find out, it was a tour. Now, when she officially gave us like, okay, we're gonna have a tour type of thing, is when she actually released the teaser trailer for the tour. What if I told you that Beyonce has been planning these Easter eggs from way back, just like she predicted how the tour was gonna look like and how the tour was gonna replicate how the actual theme of the tour itself was gonna look like, from the Cowboy Carter set list to the Cowboy Carter experience, and how it's connected to the entirety of the album. Like I said before, the album is so goddamn good that it's hard for me to dissect every single thing that I'm feeling, because somebody that I was watching on TikTok mentioned that Beyonce released the cover book of the tour, and the tour has at least 42 stars, and the person referenced that Beyonce has a connection, she's connecting something in the past, where in the past the American flag had 42 stars. If you also look at the movie Sinners, a lot of people has been watching the movie Sinners, and they saying that the rodeo cinematography of what Beyonce has been doing, not only for her commercial, but also the brand that she has been connecting to, even for her perfume line. I mentioned this before, but the perfume line also looks like the sitting, the chair that she sits on when she jumped into old Louisiana between the show. This whole gold ensemble with this tour, is very telling you that this is the golden era. Also, not to mention, something major happened after Beyonce won Album of the Year. And I'm glad, and I've been saying this, I'm glad that it's this album that got Album of the Year. And I'm going to explain that to you guys in part 8. But for now, for part 7, after her winning, there's a lot of shift that the Grammy plans on doing next year, which basically plays in Beyonce's favor, but shows that the Grammy do have some racist in tone for this, due to the fact that Beyonce not just took over country, she gave country a new identity, and people that was already country did not like that. Beyonce exploded the country chart. Like, she broke the record to the point where when every time people look back on country performances, they're gonna go back to Beyonce's country shit. Basically, there's a part on American Requiem. She said that it's time for us to let love in. It's time for us to basically rebrand ourselves. And the start of the Beyonce Bowl literally says exactly what she planned on doing. If you look at the background, it had like America's flag, had like a plastic over it. Basically, country wanted to keep Beyonce out of it. They wanted to keep country like a bit polished and shiny, but in reality, we know that country was built on the backs of black people. And the influences, believe it or not, country has mix of two things: predominantly black people, and has connections with Spanish and stuff roots. Believe it or not, the banjo started in Africa, as we know. There's a lot of symbolism, even the cars, right? And this is what I mean. America has like a plastic covering it, and everything from the Beyonce Bowl was intentional, basically giving us what to come. And here's another crazy fact: there's a part of when she was coming in the stage to perform on the Beyonce Bowl, showing that the cowboys, the way they were dressed, the way they were standing, like for instance this part where they're standing and there's 4 of them, indicating there's 4 acts at the same time. This is the same pose Beyonce created to open up the Welcome Back to the Renaissance phase of the show, where it's infused with the horse, and she has like the cowboy robotic statue, indicating that she knows what she's doing with these brands and how she interconnecting them. Previously I mentioned that in the show we're going back and forth in present and future because there's so much to dissect from this. It's hard to like pinpoint the amount of impact Beyonce has put into the Cowboy Carter Beyonce Bowl. Even the angelic prophets that she had, that had the cloth, they started off in red and then they became gold. If you realize, there's 13 of them. There were 13 of them, and from there they interconnect to cause American Requiem, indicating when they were red, it was basically explaining that they were considered the 13 bloodshed to creating the 13 colonies. And then Beyonce, when it came to the leg of the London tour, she broke from that, and now they're wearing all gold. It seems like they're changing color as they're going further and further to the, I think at the end of the concert, at the end of the whole Beyonce tour, she's gonna go back to white, or she's gonna dress completely in black, mirroring Cowboy Carter's Beyonce Bowl. She started off all white, and then she went backwards. She's gonna be all in black, kicking off the Act 3. Now, like I mentioned before, those 4 horses, when Beyonce was leaving out, going to the next, indicating like the next part of her era, you realize that the second lady, the second act, she's wearing this American kind of type of clothes, whereas the other 2 horses, they look completely different from each other. Like I said, there are 4 acts. Act 1, which counts as Renaissance. Act 2, which is Cowboy Carter. That's why you see her with these American color look. She's the only one out of the 4 that has that. And then the other 2 acts, completely the same color. Like I said, there's something bigger at play. And then you could see it mirrors 4 and 4, 4 and 4. It's a lot of 4s. There's a lot of 4s. And like I said, I would not be surprised. Beyonce is the queen of surprise when it comes to having ways to interconnect other things while still making you focus on one thing. Like, after we watching the Beyonce Bowl, I'm surprised that I caught so many more Easter eggs. My house is literally the bridge from rock and roll to Cowboy Carter. Literally. And the crazy part is, no, better yet, Act 2. Act 2 will be considered Renaissance due to the fact of the interchanging. And that's why you saw the same gun in the future, which Renaissance referenced kind of like the future. That's why it started off first with the electronic futuristic gun. And now Beyonce's holding the same gun but also in black. It started off silver, then it became gold, then it's now black. And the Beyonce tour book, just like when the Renaissance tour book, which we're gonna make sure to purchase, reference that. And here is the perfect picture I was explaining. Just like Statue of Liberty has this bandana and had this cover, Beyonce referenced that at the end of each tour when she closed out Amen. But at the start of the Renaissance ballad, which is the part where she brings out the Renaissance songs, she is standing like her robotic, futuristic cowboy Carter horse. She's standing on Chardonnay, and it's a robotic cowboy, right? It's still referencing the Renaissance in some way, but tying that back, you saw that on the Beyonce Bowl, those cowboys were standing on the horse. See, and again, she's emulating the exact pose that starts off the cowboy Carter. So when she closed out with Amen and the gold interaction with the Statue of Liberty, and then the Statue of Liberty is turning more bronze, right? It has this bronze gold look. She's basically referencing that we're going to interloop ourselves into the rock album. Like I said, she already referenced a lot of things, but I think it's not gonna be just rock. I think a lot of people that's been praying that she wanna do a rap album, you might get your chance, because I feel as if rap and rock in a weird way has an interchangeable genre. We saw the Hot Chili Peppers, and I forgot which band, they made a rock. They made a Lil Wayne and Linkin Park, if I'm not mistaken, did a rock album in the past. Like they had a collab, and it sounded so damn good. So looking at it now, I'm not surprised if it's a rock and a rap album at the same time. We saw Beyonce did that in Spaghetti. She started rapping, but also she gave us a bit of blues. She also gave us a bit of what's gonna be happening next. Like I said, all I'm gonna say is the tour is ending on the 29th of July. We have a lot to cover. By next month, she's wrapping up a lot of things. I think she's doing the last leg today for London, and then she's moving to Paris, which is gonna be 3 nights. From what they're saying, this is gonna be the biggest, because it's 200,000 people that's gonna show up at the Paris leg. So guys, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys for part 8, because we have so much more things to talk about. And as always, be gracious, and happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.